By the way, the phone lines are so full. It's like Lunchbox said, I hate America. Somebody challenge me. He did not say that. What he said was he does not think he should have to get his kid's teacher a gift. So that's what he said, but everybody's mad.
Yeah, I figured.
I would say more than mad. Big mad. So I can get to some of those calls in a second, but I must do the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
A recent study has revealed some of the intriguing insights about how different age groups perceive when they will die, their own mortality.
Oh.
How old do you think you'll live to if I ask you, Lunchbox?
83.
Eddie?
79.
I'd say 100.
Yeah. I mean, you're pretty healthy, though.
I set big goals. But a lot of it, you can be as healthy as you want.
It doesn't matter.
It does a little. But genetics are a big part of it, too, right?
But you haven't had a drop of alcohol. You never smoked.
But there are people that have never smoked and end up getting lung cancer.
Yeah.
Genetics are a big part of life.
Which is weird.
Yes. So it turns out that millennials believe they will live to 81. So that would be Lunchbox.
Am I millennial?
Yeah, you're on that. Yeah.
Ooh, cusp.
Yeah, that's okay. He's a millennial, though. He's
Right
got
on the
some-
border.
Gen Z, the under 24 crowd, is a bit more pessimistic, thinking they'll only live to 76.
Oh. Man.
Millennial, according to the latest definition, is 35 to 44.
I'm in it.
44 is the oldest, and it can go all the way down to whatever the 24
I think I just missed it.
No, you're geriatric.
No, he's not geriatric millennial. You are generation Gen X.
X.
Yeah. Those over 65 are the most optimistic of all, 84. It's the highest estimate of any group. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm going to try for a solid 100. And then when I hit 100, I'm out.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm going to be like, that was fun, everybody. Good night.
Gosh, 100 sounds old.
If you're living that 100 life, I won't be.
I'm at a 90.
I'll still be wearing hoodies. And collecting tennis shoes.
Okay.
Everybody has the same sleep side, apparently. Science has shown that sleeping on your left side, which, by the way, I sleep on my right, and I sleep on my back a little bit with my hands over my head, but mostly on my right. Yeah, I'm trying to feel it out here. Eddie, you?
I start on my right, but then I roll back and forth all night.
Lunchbox?
Coffin style. On my back, right hand over the heart, left hand under the pillow.
I would say that's more swearing in style.
That's very American.
Oh, maybe it is swearing in style.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Science has shown that sleeping on your left side has some serious health benefits. It allows your stomach to hang naturally, which aids digestion and reduces acid reflux and heartburn.
Yes.
It also improves circulation and increases blood flow to your heart. Sleeping on your right side, which is what I do, squishes the blood vessels that carry blood to your heart and can lead to blood flow problems.
Okay.
That's from First for Women magazine. But I would say I can't really control how I sleep. I guess unless I tie me down, which when I was hurting my shoulder, sleeping with my hands above my head, so I did tie my hands to my hips. And then I'd wake up like, what the heck? I'd forget that I was tied up.
I've been kidnapped.
You know what I've been doing, though? I've been sleeping with a sleep mask on, a real silky sleep mask.
Really?
It's helped.
Huh.
I would say it's helped 10%. No outside light. Because outside light's not a big factor.
Right, because at night, it doesn't really come
But,
in.
let's say my phone, which is on Do Not Disturb, it can still catch some light.
Well, turn that upside down.
I do. My CPAP machine sometimes catch a light.
Okay.
No light. I like the mask. And I open my eyes sometimes because I wake up at 3:30 and I'm like, am I still asleep? Oh, I'm not. I have my mask on.
I'm not going to laugh at you. My son has a mask and earplugs, so I get it. Yes.
My wife does a mask, and I'm doesn't it freak you out when you wake up and you just...
For a minute, yeah, because I'm like, oh my God, am I controlling my dream? No, I'm awake. It's important to get in the sun and have lights on daily. Researchers are saying you should step outside around noon to soak up the sun's rays and chase away fatigue on a daily basis. I have this light that Amy gave me, which, by the way, Amy's not here today. She's out sick, but I have this light.
Happy light.
That you put on your desk, and it's supposed to, and it doesn't exactly because it can, but it's supposed to somewhat be like the sun because your body recognizes when light hits, it's okay, it's time for your body to be awake. So I don't see the light because I come in so early in the morning when it's still dark. So I have this happy light right here.
Is it working? You happy with it?
Sometimes not that happy.
Right.
I think I should get a new light. That's from Frontiers and Physiology. Beware of the lover's tiff. Couples reach fever pitch after 9 minutes in a fight.
9 minutes.
And things can get really ugly after that. So they say if you're in a fight and you're going hard, come on, and you're yelling, you need to go about 8 minutes and then you need to take a break. Because after about 9 minutes, that's when marital arguments go into a place that is hard to bounce back from anytime soon.
Sounds dangerous.
And the voices shrill up louder after 8 minutes.
Man, but I don't time my arguments, though, so I don't really know how long they go. They feel like they only last like 30 seconds, but I know it's more than that.
I time everything.
What, you time your arguments?
Well, I look at I'm always looking at the time, so I think I naturally am timing things because I do this all day and time things. If I'm on a flight, I hit start as soon as we leave.
Yeah, I've seen you do that.
Dinner, hitting start, see how long dinner. Everything.
Does it
It
make
helps
you
planning for the day. Like if I know generally my dinner's 43 minutes, then I know what I can schedule out.
Interesting.
So I do a lot of that. And it's not healthy.
So are you going to start timing the fight? And in 9 minutes, you're going to be like, we're done.
I lose pretty quick.
Yep.
Is you're done in 2 minutes?
Usually if we're getting to that point, especially if it's a memory thing, like you said this or you didn't say, she's right because she has a photographic memory.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing to argue with someone who remembers everything literally. My wife has a photographic memory. It's annoying.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
A lot of our arguments were like, and I didn't say that. You did say that. No, I didn't. I did. I said that? No, I didn't.
She
There's
can
no
make
way.
up stuff that I did, and I just believe it now because she has a perfect memory.
Right.
A shark attacks a swimmer, 46, biting him in the torso, biting him in the arm. This is in Southern California. The 46-year-old man was swimming in the ocean at Del Mar City Beach alongside a dozen other people. Imagine you're the one of the 13 that gets shark eaten.
Get a lottery ticket.
Stay away from the lottery.
Really?
That's a loss.
Yeah.
But the shark picked you out of all those people. Like, you're kind of lucky at that point.
The shark got lucky. There was a human that he could eat. The shark should get the lottery.
Hey,
ticket.
yeah, the guy's not lucky.
The shark doesn't want humans. As soon as they bite, they're like, that's not good, and they let go.
It's like rotten meat.
Yeah, they don't like that.
He was taken to the hospital. He underwent treatment. He's going to be fine. But the shark bit his torso, his arm, and his hand. Imagine you're just chilling, and do you not see it at all? Like, how deep of water are you in that you don't see it? Because usually you see that
The fin?
like, black outer line. No, it's not Jaws. But sometimes you can see
Like the shadow.
in the water.
And then you hear the music.
What the heck? Godzilla -1 jumps to #1 on the movies on Netflix. Hey, Mike D, you loved Godzilla -1.
This was my favorite movie of last year.
So Movie Mike comes on and says, Godzilla -1's fantastic. And I said, is it in English? And it's not.
It's in Japanese?
Probably, right?
Yeah, Japanese.
That's tough.
It's so good, though.
I kind of use my quota on Squid Game.
Yeah, you get to read the whole
I only
thing.
have so many I can watch with subtitles. Fun fact, I watch subtitles on every show.
I do too. Closed captioning, not subtitles. Because they're speaking English. It's just the letters.
Yeah, I
are
feel like it's the same thing, but okay. That's fair. Guess I didn't differentiate. But it's that. Is it so good?
After 10 minutes, you don't even notice the subtitles because you're so into it.
We should spin the wheel then when Amy gets back tomorrow to see who has to watch it and see if they recommend it to the show.
Okay.
Because I don't want to watch another language. Can you do it where they speak English but it doesn't match their mouth?
Yeah, that's how Netflix starts it right now, but it looks weird. It feels weird.
A long-lost acoustic guitar of John Lennon sold for more than $2.85 million.
Dang.
It's the highest-selling guitar in Beatles history, which, by the way, is still less than that Jordan Logo Man card.
Less
That's
than that.
crazy.
Yeah.
The Jordan Logo Man was like $299.
Yeah, almost 3 million.
A John Lennon guitar went for less.
And what was so special about this guitar? Like, was it like
It was lost.
During-
A long-lost John Lennon guitar.
I get that, but but like, was it part of a recording or something?
Lennon's 1964 famous Help Hootenanny acoustic guitar was also used by George Harrison during the recording sessions for a 1965 Beatles album, Rubber Soul.
Now you're talking.
Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah,
That's
you didn't
cool.
say Hootenanny in the beginning. Now I understand why.
Hootenanny.
Did I say Hootenanny in this?
You
Yeah,
did.
yeah, I said some
I think it's the brand of
Hootenanny
the guitar
Uh-huh.
or something.
Yeah, pretty cool. I would rather have this than the card. It's just more substance.
Yeah, you can play it too.
That Jordan card went for
No, you can't play that.
Absolutely. You bust it out of
Oh,
the campfire.
yeah, you can.
What?
You have people at the house and
People
you start.
play really expensive guitars. I know, it's weird. I wouldn't travel with it.
Oh,
Lunchbox, think about you love what people think about you, right? Imagine you're at the campfire, you bust out the guitar, you start playing it, you're like, oh, you like my guitar? Yeah, it's cool, man. This is John Lennon's. And everyone just goes, oh.
And old guitars can be played. It's like fiddles. There are some fiddles 200, 300, 400 years old that people play.
I can't. You're at the campfire and someone's like, "Let me see that." Oh, then they drop it on the fire.
That fire. I'm not taking that
Right,
near
no,
the fire.
no.
It's staying in
See?
the house.
Okay, campfire, bad example, okay? Living
Really
room.
bad example. Yeah, living room, and you have a...
You're right. Don't take it by the water or
It'd
fire.
be tough, though, because you can't have any friends that might steal from you or have friends that might steal...
Correct.
Because you can't let them know there's a $3 million guitar in the house.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Because then a friend tells a friend, they're like, "Where's
Next
that guy
thing you know-
live?" Oh man, I say, "No, you're tied up."
Exactly. Speaking of memorabilia, I won a game-used Bam Adebayo signed shoe yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, Dorm Dudes.
How big was that shoe?
I don't have it yet.
Oh, okay.
Comes in the mail.
Oh, it's huge. It
I
has.
think it's size 16, but he signed it and then wrote a
Louise.
note that says, "I wore this shoe in a game, Bam Adebayo. I can't wait to see it."
That's
Really
awesome.
cool. All right, that's your news.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
We're coming back. When we come back, names to not name your kid today. Well, there's some easy ones, like the F word.
Don't do that.
But there's some others where maybe you're thinking about it. Names to not name your kid. We'll do that. And then Morgan's coming back in the studio. She's been away with like a bachelorette party. And apparently there was a crazy lady on her plane. So she's going to come tell us about that.
Nice.
Okay, back in a second. I got hit with a pretty good scam alert last night. Here we go. Scam alert. They hit me in the middle of the night while I was sleeping, so I'm already a little foggy. And I'm not going to say the name of the bank, but I'll just say X Bank, okay? The text simply said, "Hey, do you bank at X Bank?" I do.
No, man.
I'm half asleep. And I'm like, wait, huh? Yeah. And I wrote, yes. And then I went, don't send it.
In your sleep, you were smart enough not to
Well, I
send it.
woke up.
Well,
but I
you're-
was still like fuzzy. But they just take massive swings with very generic things and go, do you do? And a lot of people do.
Sure.
And so I also thought it was pretty strategic to send it at like 1 in the morning.
Well, you're half asleep.
And I'm half asleep.
Groggy.
So I wrote yes and then put my full social security number. And I deleted it all, thankfully. But yesterday's podcast, we had a guy on that hacks, but he now hacks as a white hat hacker, which is a good guy hacker. He tries to go and hack companies because they hire him to do that so he can show them vulnerabilities. It is a great podcast. Go listen to yesterday's Bobby Bones show. That's up there. I do want to talk about names, not to name your kids. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names that have been big that are slowly starting to fade for certain reasons. Number 1 is Karen.
Right. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's bad.
It was the 3rd most popular girl's name for 30 years. But nobody wants to call their kid Karen now because, thanks to pop culture, Karen is someone who's entitled or demanding or rude.
Yes.
Number 2, Katrina.
Hurricane.
Oh, her.
Yeah.
Bad hurricane.
A hurricane can cancel a name out, especially if it's really bad. And that's the case with Katrina. That happened in 2005, but it's still fading because Katrina just wrecked so many lives.
I don't know a Katrina.
I knew a couple in school.
Really?
Very few of them now. Another one, Alexis.
Oh, that's out.
Don't do it.
That used to
Because
be a
that's
hot
actually
name.
a good name,
Yeah.
which is why they named that little Alexa. Excuse me, not Alexis. Alexa. Alexis is still cool, but it's still too close
Yeah, very close.
because it sounds like that. So I'm going to put those both in the same one, Alexa or Alexis, because they both feel like you're yelling at the machine.
Yeah.
Because that's a good name. And they took it from you. I know people whose kid is named that.
It's tough, man.
Because they named it before that came out.
Dang.
And imagine your whole life, you're just known as the thing that has the same name as the little AI machine.
Yeah, or you're calling him downstairs and the
my
AI machine goes
gosh.
off. You're like, no, not you, my daughter. Like,
Rona, R-O-N-A.
Corona. You remember when people would call it just the Rona?
Yeah.
That was fun. I got the Rona.
Chad.
Chad.
Oh, that's the male Karen.
Boom.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's also used to also describe like a alpha male that thinks they're maybe a little more than they are.
Like a DB?
A little bit, but I don't think I think Chads are kind of, they think they're really cool. They also take care of themselves.
I got what you're
That
saying.
type, yeah, that type of person. ISIS,
No one names
which
her.
was a name.
No,
Yeah.
no way.
ISIS was a name?
Yep. So ISIS was a name that a lot of girls, it got up to 28th on the list of popular
Jeez.
names.
It's not good.
The U.S. government has now labeled ISIS a foreign terrorist organization. So people have stopped naming their kids ISIS.
And you can't fly with that name, right? Like
No,
can't
you
go-
can't.
go
They
to
show up to the airport and be like,
No.
no.
ISIS Smith? I
Yeah.
don't think so.
You're not flying today,
You're not
sir.
going today. And then character names like Anna, Elsa, Homer, and Bart.
That's funny. I have a cousin named Homer.
Named probably before The Simpsons.
Way
though.
before The Simpsons.
And then unfortunate that everyone's like Homer. Oh, like Simpson? That's probably how they're met and grit every single time. Let's do Hardy Truck Bed, Bobby Bones Show. A lot of callers are upset with Lunchbox, so we'll put them on. We'll do a little mini segment with that coming up next. Thank you guys. on line 3. We're talking about earlier, Lunchbox said he does not want to get his kids' teachers a gift for end of the year. He thinks it's a little ridiculous. Hey, Lulu, what are your thoughts?
I completely agree with the only because he said to his son.
Oh, we're losing her. She's choppy chop. Hold her on there for a second. We'll go back to her. Let's go over to Edith in Ohio. Edith, you're on the Bobby Bone Show.
Hi, good morning, guys.
What's going on?
I'm a bus driver. So you should also get your bus driver. But the
Oh, gosh. Stop.
employees
Stop.
are
Let her talk.
invested in your children.
Hold on. Lunchbox, let's let her talk. Say that
Sorry.
again, Edith. Sorry, he was yelling stop, stop, stop over the top of you. Go ahead.
Right? I just want you guys to know that we are invested in your children, and we want the best for them, and we try to help them excel at their.
I don't think it's wrong to gift anyone anything for being invested in anything that you feel is important to you.
And children are very important.
Yes, guys, but a bus driver, like
They
so-
drive your
wait,
children.
Hold on. I don't
So
think
then
every
we gotta
bus driver.
get a present for
Hold
the
on.
cafeteria
I
lady
don't think
too.
every bus driver needs to be gifted, but I think that if there are people, regardless of what their profession is, I don't think we should minimize professions. I think whatever it is, if they do extra and they care extra about something you care about, you can reward them with something.
Does Lunchbox tip his Uber driver? I'm confused.
An Uber driver, yes.
But
Okay,
they get a
interesting.
rate, sure, and they
Yeah,
get
but
a
that
tip.
is that's a
Service?
service.
So
A bus driver is not a service.
really,
Well, the bus driver, if they are spending extra time with your kid or doing something, or providing your kids gets beat up on the bus, and the bus driver's like, "I'll take care
Oh,
of you."
breaks up the fight.
No, it's like, "I'll take care of you." I said, "I don't know." They could.
I mean, I'm just saying, like a bus driver. Then we got to tip the cafeteria lady because she's the one that makes the food. I mean, we want our kids
If
to be
the
helped.
cafeteria lady takes extra sweet care of you,
I mean,
there's
it's
no
like,
reason.
guys,
It's not tip,
where
it's a gift.
you are going down a slope that is very slippery.
Thank you, Edith. Let's go to Lulu and try her one more time. Hey, Lulu, we're back with you. Boom. Let's go, Lulu. Okay. So you're saying the bad ones don't. I'm okay with that.
yeah.
I don't think you are obligated to get someone a gift, but I think to get someone a gift, you should be allowed, and I'm okay with encouraging it if whatever your expectations were met and it went beyond that. That's all I'm saying.
And I don't understand the pressure too. Like, there's no pressure. If everyone gives a gift and you don't,
That
who
is pressure.
cares?
I mean,
Oh, it's pressure.
I grew up poor and I couldn't buy gifts for people, or I couldn't pay for rides if the whole group went to the fair, so there's that too. I don't like it in class.
I just kind of slowly slip away. Like, okay, everyone's giving a gift. I'm going to go back now. No one's going to see me not give a gift.
Maybe you didn't have to think about it because you just didn't want to give a gift. Not that you couldn't.
Yeah.
I appreciate all the calls. Thank you. Morgan had I don't know, was it a crazy lady on your flight?
Yeah, she was wild.
Was she going crazy or was she drunk? Like, what was the deal? What'd she do?
I don't think she was drunk, not that I could tell. But so, you get on a plane, you plug your headphones in, and you try and just ignore what's happening. Well, I had done that, but it was so loud, I pulled out because I heard so much commotion going on, and it was right behind me.
Plane in the air, on the ground.
We had just finished boarding, basically at that ending point, ready to take off. And this lady wanted to switch seats with a child so that she could sit next to her husband. So apparently her husband was in a window seat. This child was sitting next to her and to him, and the child's dad was next to the kid, right? This is the setup. Okay. And the wife walked by. I don't know why the husband didn't save a seat. We're on Southwest, so you could have. But she starts throwing this fit and starts trying to bargain with everyone around, be like, who will trade seats? Who will move so I can sit next to my husband?
So if she's trying to move a kid, the problem is the kid's with their dad.
Correct.
Yeah. And this is a small child, not like a kid in his teens. This is a small child.
What ended up happening? Did she get a seat? Why didn't the husband move and go sit somewhere with her?
Right, that's what I was thinking. Like, why didn't he give up
Because
his
he wanted
window?
a window seat.
Exactly.
I do not know. All I know is at the tail end, I heard the flight attendant go, "You're a grown bleep woman. You
She
can
said
sit
A?
without."
You're a
yes.
grown A woman?
Yes, you can
Let's-
sit without your
Wow.
husband.
Let's go.
Like, this child can't sit without their dad, but you can sit without your husband. And that's what I heard. And then I see some other lady come in too, and I guess she got some lady to switch seats with her husband so they could sit next to each other. And as the husband's getting up, he apologized. He's like, "I'm so sorry for the commotion. I'm really sorry for my
man.
wife. I'm really sorry." I don't know why they weren't originally together. I don't know why a seat wasn't saved.
That's on him then.
For the husband?
Yeah, you got to save that seat.
Yeah, if he got
It's on
first,
her, but he knows she's like that, right? That she doesn't become like that in this one instance, and she's never been like that. That's her personality.
Right.
She
Great
freaks
point.
out. She goes crazy. This is not a first time thing if she's not drunk. She wasn't drunk.
Not that I could tell.
So he knows better, and I'm putting that on him because that would be on me if my wife were like that. Luckily, she's not. She'd be like, "Oh, I'd rather not sit next to him," because he'll try to talk to me the whole time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's on him. He should have saved her a seat, and you can save seats.
Yeah.
They don't tell you if you can or can't. They say we have no rules.
Or what I do is just act like I'm sick and I get the barf bag. Like, oh, I just don't feel good.
Or no, you just put a backpack in your seat.
Oh, you do that too, yeah.
Or cover the seat, and someone goes, "Hey, I'd like to sit there," and be like, "No, they're in the bathroom." So they've already sat down. They're just in the bathroom.
But
It's
you're not
that
telling
you're
the
saving
truth.
a seat. Who cares?
Okay.
You can save a seat. There aren't rules against saving seats on Southwest.
how many can you save?
Yeah, because Lunchbox tried to save rows.
Strongly one seat.
I tried to save 6 one time, and
Yeah, the whole
people
row.
were not having
6
it.
whole seats?
Yeah.
Even in the row you weren't in?
Yeah.
Yeah, no chance. You can save the seat next to you, but I don't even think you can save both seats.
I mean, I put books and magazines in the seats, and one lady just tossed it on the ground.
And how did you feel about that?
I was upset.
And what did you do?
I was like, I have some. She goes, "They ain't here." Threw it on the ground. And then so when Eddie got on the plane, I was like, "Hey, man, she didn't want me to save your seat, dude. Sorry."
I remember that.
You tried to save 6 seats?
6.
That was a bunch of us.
Yeah, it was like
I wonder
me,
where
my
we're going.
wife, Eddie, his wife. We were all going somewhere for work, and I had the earlier boarding, so I was throwing books over there.
Yeah.
That's kind of on them, though. They
Yeah,
should have had
kinda-
earlier boarding.
Yeah, it's kind of on them for taking the stuff out of the seat.
Well, what do you
right?
mean? He's the husband. The husband got there first, sat in the window seat.
Yeah, but if you guys wanted seats next to him.
Yeah.
But this is the husband's fault.
That's what I
He
was
knows
thinking.
his wife's crazy.
Oh,
Like, maybe he didn't want to sit next to
Maybe
her.
he
Probably.
did. Maybe he had that seat in Southwest where they remove the seat in front of you and you have more legroom, that one spot
oh yeah.
on every
emergency row?
Southwest flight.
Okay, so there is that seat, and that happened on my second flight. I heard a guy get mad because this dude was saving 2 seats next to him, and the guy goes, "No, I have to sit in that seat. That's my seat." And they got into a little tough over this one seat. And
Because
it's
it was the gap seat?
Yes,
The gap
the one
seat's
with the-
awesome. That's first class on Southwest.
People love saying, "This is my seat."
That's first class on Southwest. George Burge. This is his song called Cowboy Songs. Bobby Bone Show. Thank you guys for listening. Festival was announced. Keith Urban, Thomas Rhett, New Kids on the Block, Gwen Stefani, Shabuzi, Black Crows, Hozier, Paramore, Big Sean. There's so many. Capital One cardholder pre-sale is next week, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Tickets for the pre-sale will be up at iHeartRadio.com/Capital One. But this is the big festival in Vegas. It would be fun to watch New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
I bet you once they turned 30, they were like, man, we shouldn't have gone with kids.
Like new guys on the
like
block.
Backstreet Boys. Like there had to be a meeting at some point. I like it. Yeah, big deal. And we're super happy to be doing it again.